my name's LeUyen Pham. I'm the illustrator of The Princess in Black and the Mysterious Playdate by Shannon and Dean Hale. I can't remember a time when I wasn't drawing, actually. I think one of my first memories is sitting next to my mother while she's on the phone, and we had 5 kids in our family, and she kind of kept the youngest ones close, and I was the second youngest, and so she would put me on the stool by the telephone pad, and I just remember like taking a pen and drawing on the phone book, on the pads, like everything I could get my hands on. But and of course in the back inside of books. I think actually one of my oldest drawings is a drawing that I had done inside of a dictionary book that I'd had, and it's like a picture of a princess actually, in this big formal gown, and I didn't know what princesses were supposed to look like, but I just remember putting bows, flowers, I think a fish was on there, a little helicopter in the corner, like it was anything goes into these things. But yeah, I've always been drawing, and I think I was always known as the class artist, and especially when I was younger, I used to sell a lot of my drawings, like to make money in school. So I would draw a lot of Star Wars characters for sure. When I go out to speak, especially to little girls about the Princess in Black series, like I said, I usually, you'll go up there and you'll say, do you girls like princesses? And all the girls, of course, they clap and they raise their hands. And then I say, which one of you guys like ninja princesses? And then only about half of them raise their hand, but sort of by the end, especially when I'm signing their books, I'll ask them, which princess do you want me to draw, the Pink Princess or the Princess in Black? They always go for the Princess in Black, which hopefully I'm thinking during the course of what I'm talking about will change their minds a little bit. But this series, I think its great power lays in the fact that little girls are being shown a different way, that they're not being shown to wait for their heroes to come, that they themselves can be their heroes. And what I love too is usually when I go to these events, I'll wear like something black underneath and then I'll wear something pink on top, and I'll just take it off and say like, see, all it takes is a change of wardrobe. You can be anybody you want to be. And there's something in that empowerment that I feel like, especially for little girls, especially in this particular time in history, that's almost essential. It's painting a future that they want to be a part of rather than a future that they could be excluded from. And I think that's why I'm also so happy that little boys love Princess in Black so much, and that my sons in particular, my sons who are the harshest critics of my work, they get really excited when the Princess in Black comes, and they're always sort of giving me advice on how to fight the monster and what to put on this page and how the princess should be positioned. And it's one of the few times where I'll ask them at Halloween, "Do you guys want to dress up as the Princess in Black?" And they'll actually want to do it, which is thrilling for me. So to see that come together and to see this, it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, you're just kind of going after the adventure. It's something I'm incredibly proud of, to be able to be a part of all that. I'm actually thrilled that this is considered an early chapter reader, because it means that it hits 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds at a time where 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds are filled with hubris. They don't understand defeat. They only know to go after things. They don't understand the meaning of the word no. And to approach them with a character that is essentially their doppelganger, that's doing exactly what they want to be doing. And even more so because she's got all these special, sort of, not even special powers, to be honest, really just a couple cool accessories and a cool horse, but everything else she can do on her own. So I would say the perfect reader for these is exactly that 6-year-old starting out, understanding how the world is processed and understanding how they can affect that world. I won't say that too many people have advised me too much in life, but what I have done throughout life is to collect inspirational people and inspirational quotes. There's a quote by is it Antoine Saint-Exupéry? Am I saying his name right? The guy that wrote The Little Prince. His quote is, a goal is a goal. What is it? A goal is a plan. Oh, wait, a goal without a plan is just a wish. And I think that really perfectly encapsulates me. Like, I'm a really practical person, and my parents, I think, hammered it into me being refugees and sort of struggling to come to the United States and make it here. There's a part of me where, even in the artistic world where it's very difficult to succeed or even to get by, I had always a very practical plan. Like, I need to be able to achieve this and do this and do this before I can explore this other creative side of myself. So anyway, following that sort of line of advice, I would definitely say I keep these little inspirational quotes to keep myself going. The school my sons go to is this French school in Los Angeles. On Read Across America Day, I got to come in and speak to the kids, and all the kids got to dress up in their favorite outfits. And something like 7 or 8 of the kids showed up as the Princess in Black. Like, I was like the rock star. Like, when I left the thing after having read from Princess in Black, all the kids were going nuts, and afterwards they were like flooding me in the playgrounds and saying, "Oh my goodness, you did Princess in Black!" It's pretty crazy. Like, that's pretty nice to know. This project, when it came to me, I've told this story before, but Shannon Hale was a friend of mine before I had done this series, and we had always lamented the fact that she was more of a middle grade writer and she never had illustrations for her books, and I was very much a picture book illustrator, and I always wanted to work with her. And when my agent contacted me about, I'd had a very full docket. Like, I do a lot of books every year, and I usually turn most projects down. And my agent contacted me and said, "You know, I have a project. I know you're really busy. This might be a series, so it's going to take some time in the future, so you need to really think about it. But it's written by Shannon Hale." And before she got her name out, I was like, "I'm on it, sight unseen. Whatever you're sending me from Shannon, it's mine. I want it. I don't care what it is. I'll take it." I feel like when I read it for the first time, it latched so quickly. And the thing about Shannon and Dean, I love their writing. Usually when I get a picture book manuscript, which is very different than this style of writing, as the illustrator, I'm supposed to come up and I'm supposed to almost outshine the writing, it feels like. Like, I've got to take the story and move it to a completely different place. And so my challenge is to accelerate where the story is going, bring the reader into this sort of magical world and make it believable. And it's a lot of fun, and it's something I enjoy doing, but it's not something that I necessarily rely on the text to completely get me there. My assumption is the text gets you about 75% of the way there. With Shannon and Dean's work, it is so there. And my job is just to keep up with it. Like, I feel constantly like I'm struggling to keep up with some of their ridiculously funny jokes and the way they turn the story around at the last second and come up with just very clever endings. And I mean, as I'm reading it and as I'm illustrating, I'm thinking, how are they going to get out of this situation? And to follow that, to follow that as an act and to hopefully match that as an act is my biggest challenge in all of this. So it's just such a fun series. I don't know, I'm so proud to be a part of it.